Ladies and gentlemen, let me start by asking you one question. Who are you waiting for? What moment, what person, what call, what text are you holding your breath for? Because here's the truth, you already have everything you need inside of you. You don't need to chase after anyone. You don't need to sit by the phone, second guessing your worth. The key to getting someone to call, text, or notice you isn't about them. It's about you. Now let me break it down. Confidence is magnetic. It's not arrogance, it's an unshakable belief in your value. When you stand tall, when you walk into a room owning who you are, people notice, and those who matter, they will reach out. But that confidence, it's not for them, it's for you. Here's the next thing, your value isn't measured by their actions. A text, a call, that doesn't define who you are, you define who you are. And when you carry yourself with that self-respect, it's like a flame drawing people in. The ones who see your light will come closer. The ones who don't, they weren't meant to. But you can't fake this energy. You can't force it. It's not about games or strategies to manipulate someone into contacting you. It's about investing in yourself and your growth and your happiness. You see, when you stop chasing and start becoming, you flip the script. Suddenly the question isn't, will they call me? It's, are they worthy of my time? Now let me tell you something about timing. Patience isn't weakness, it's wisdom. You can't rush what's real. You have to trust that when you focus on becoming the best version of yourself, the right people will show up at the right time. And when they do, they'll know it's because you're worth it. So my challenge to you is this: stop waiting. Stop wondering. Start building. Start living. Start shining so bright that when they think of you, they can't help but pick up the phone. And if they don't, that's their loss, not yours, because you are too powerful, too strong, and too full of purpose to wait on anyone to see your value. And let me tell you something. When you step into that kind of strength, that kind of energy, that's when the phone rings, that's when the text comes. But by then, you'll realize the most important call you ever answered was the one to yourself. Go out there and be undeniable. Confidence is not just about how you carry yourself in the world, it's a profound understanding of your worth. It is the quiet yet unshakable belief that no matter what happens, who calls, who texts, who notices, you are enough. It's the foundation upon which everything else in life is built. Confidence is not a mask you wear or a performance you put on. It's a reflection of the work you've done within yourself, the battles you've fought, and the resilience you've cultivated. When you know who you are, truly know, you stop seeking validation from others. You're no longer waiting for someone else to tell you that you're worthy or deserving of attention. You embody that truth. Confidence doesn't shout or demand, it radiates. It's the energy that enters a room before you even say a word. It's the way your presence commands respect without having to ask for it. This kind of confidence is magnetic because it's rare. People are drawn to those who don't need external approval to feel whole. Think about it when you see someone walking tall, unapologetically themselves. Don't you want to know their story? Don't you feel a pull toward their energy? That's the power of confidence. It's irresistible because it's rooted in authenticity, and authenticity is something the world is starved for. But let's be real, confidence doesn't just show up overnight. It's built through small, intentional actions every single day. It's in the moments when you choose to speak your truth, even when it's uncomfortable. It's when you decide to stop comparing yourself to others and start celebrating your own journey. It's when you take the time to nurture yourself, your mind, your body, your spirit, because you recognize that you are your greatest investment. Confidence is also about letting go of fear. Fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of being misunderstood. When you realize that none of those fears have the power to define you, you become unstoppable. Sure, someone might not call, someone might not text, but that's not a reflection of your worth. It's a reflection of their choices, their priorities, and maybe even their fears. It has nothing to do with the light you carry. When you truly embrace confidence, you stop chasing, you stop begging for attention, for love, for recognition. Instead, you stay rooted in the knowledge of who you are and let the world come to you. And it will. The right people, the right opportunities, they'll gravitate toward you because confidence isn't just attractive, it's transformative. It changes how others see you and, more importantly, how you see yourself. Empowering confidence is not about arrogance or being better than anyone else. It's about knowing that you're already enough, just as you are. It's about giving yourself permission to take up space, to dream big, to live boldly. And when you do that, you won't have to wonder if someone will call or text. They will. But by then, you'll realize that their call or text is just a bonus, not the validation you were seeking. The real prize is the love and respect you've cultivated within yourself. Inner strength is the quiet, unwavering power that resides within you. It's the anchor that keeps you steady in the face of life's storms, the voice that whispers, "You've got this," when everything else feels uncertain. Unlike external validation, which depends on the opinions and actions of others, inner strength is entirely yours. It's built from within, shaped by your experiences, your resilience and your commitment to growth. External validation can be fleeting. A compliment, a call, a text, or someone's approval might give you a temporary high, but it doesn't last. It's like chasing a mirage. No matter how many times you find it, it disappears, leaving you searching for the next source of approval. Relying on external validation can feel like giving away your power. It puts your happiness and self-worth in the hands of others, making you dependent on something you can't control. Inner strength, on the other hand, is freedom. It's about knowing who you are without needing anyone else to confirm it. It's waking up in the morning with a sense of purpose and going to bed at knowing you lived in alignment with your values. Inner strength is what allows you to walk into a room and hold your head high, even if no one acknowledges your presence. It's what keeps you grounded when you face rejection. Knowing that someone else's inability to see your worth doesn't diminish it. Building inner strength takes effort. It's cultivated in moments of adversity when you're forced to dig deep and find courage you didn't know you had. It's strengthened every time you choose to stand firm in your truth, even when it's easier to conform. It grows when you learn to validate yourself, to recognize your own accomplishments, and to celebrate who you are without waiting for someone else to do it for you. This kind of strength is transformative. It changes how you move through the world. You no longer feel the need to chase after validation or prove yourself to others. Instead, you become a source of validation for yourself. You remind yourself of your worth, your capabilities, and your beauty, not in a way that seeks praise, but in a way that honors your journey. When you have inner strength, you don't just survive the hard times, you thrive through them. You learn to let go of what doesn't serve you, including relationships and situations that require you to diminish yourself to fit in. You stop waiting for someone to call or text to feel valued because your value isn't up for debate. It's a fact you carry with you, unshaken by others' opinions or actions. Inner strength allows you to be at peace with yourself. You no longer need to perform or pretend to gain acceptance. You become your own source of joy, your own source of encouragement, and your own biggest supporter. This doesn't mean you isolate yourself or stop caring about others. It means you engage with the world from a place of wholeness, not neediness. You give and receive love freely, but not because you need it to feel complete. You're already complete. In this way, inner strength is a gift, not just to yourself, but to everyone around you. When you operate from a place of self-assurance, you inspire others to do the same. You show them that they too can find strength within and stop seeking approval from the outside world. And that is one of the most powerful, liberating lessons anyone can learn. Self-worth is a force, an energy that radiates from within and draws people to you without effort. It's not something you announce or declare, it's something you embody. When you know your worth, you carry yourself differently. You move with a sense of purpose, confidence, and calm. This kind of presence is magnetic because it stands out in a world where so many are searching for validation, chasing approval, or doubting themselves. The magnetism of self-worth begins with understanding that you are enough just as you are. You don't need to be louder, quieter, more successful, or more accommodating to be valuable. Your worth isn't tied to what you achieve, how you look, or what others think of you. It simply exists, inherent and unshakable. When you internalize this truth, something shifts. You stop seeking, you stop grasping. Instead, you start attracting. People are drawn to those who know their worth because self-worth exudes an undeniable energy. It says, I know who I am, and I'm not afraid to be seen. It's not arrogance, it's an authentic confidence that inspires trust and admiration. When you value yourself, you set the tone for how others should treat you. You naturally establish boundaries without needing to justify them. You no longer settle for less than you deserve because you know your time, energy, and presence are valuable. This sense of self-worth is deeply attractive because it creates a space of respect and admiration. People want to be around those who uplift them, who inspire them to see their own value. When you operate from a place of self-worth, you're not competing for attention or approval. You're secure enough to lift others up, to celebrate their wins without feeling diminished. This generosity of spirit is magnetic because it's rooted in abundance, not insecurity. But self-worth isn't just about how others perceive you, it's about the choices you make for yourself. When you value yourself, you align your actions with your standards. You don't accept relationships, jobs, or situations that don't honor your worth. This alignment creates a powerful ripple effect. People notice when you hold yourself to a higher standard, and they're drawn to that integrity. The magnetism of self-worth also transforms how you respond to rejection or indifference. When someone doesn't call, text, or show interest, it doesn't shake your foundation. You don't spiral into self-doubt or question your value. Instead, you understand that their actions reflect their journey, not your worth. This resilience is captivating. It shows strength, maturity, and an unshakable sense of self. There's also a calmness that comes with self-worth. You don't feel the need to prove yourself or constantly seek external validation. This calmness is deeply attractive because it's rare. In a world full of noise, people gravitate toward those who are centered and grounded. Your self-worth becomes a quiet strength, a lighthouse guiding others to see what's possible when you embrace your own value. When you fully step into your self-worth, you realize you don't need to chase anyone or anything. The right opportunities, relationships, and connections come to you because they're aligned with the energy you're putting out. You become a magnet for what truly belongs in your life because you're no longer settling or compromising. And the best part, you don't have to do anything extraordinary to achieve this magnetism. It's simply a byproduct of valuing yourself as you are. Ultimately, self-worth is a gift to yourself and the world. It allows you to live authentically, love deeply, and inspire others to do the same. It's the foundation for meaningful connections, personal fulfillment, and a life lived with purpose. And when you embody it, you don't just attract attention, you attract respect, admiration, and love that are as genuine as the worth you carry within. Energy and focus are two of the most powerful forces you can harness. They shape your reality, dictate the direction of your life, and influence the outcomes you experience. Everything in life is energy. The way you think, the emotions you carry, the actions you take, these are all manifestations of the energy you emit. And where your focus goes, your energy flows. This combination of energy and focus has the power to create extraordinary transformations, not only in your life, but also in how others respond to you. Your energy is like a magnet. It speaks louder than words, announcing your intentions, your self-perception, and your emotional state to the world around you. People may not consciously recognize it, but they can feel your energy. If you carry yourself with positivity, confidence, and clarity, that energy is contagious. It inspires trust and draws people toward you. Conversely, if your energy is scattered, doubtful, or filled with desperation, it can repel the very things you desire. This is why managing your energy is crucial. It's not just about how you feel, it's about the signals you're sending out and the impact you're having on the world. Focus amplifies energy. Without focus, your energy is like sunlight scattered across a vast field, warm and noticeable, but not strong enough to ignite anything. With focus, your energy becomes like a laser, precise and powerful. When you focus on what you truly want, your intentions become clear, your actions become purposeful, and your results become inevitable. This is the power of alignment. When your energy and focus are directed toward the same goal, you create momentum that propels you forward. In relationships and connections, energy and focus play a profound role. If your focus is on what you lack, waiting for someone to call, text, or validate you, your energy will reflect scarcity and neediness. This energy can unintentionally push people away because it feels heavy and demanding. But when you shift your focus inward toward your own growth, your own happiness, and your own purpose, your energy transforms. It becomes lighter, more attractive, and more magnetic. You're no longer chasing attention or approval. You're radiating self-assurance and fulfillment. This shift often compels others to reach out, not because you demanded it, but because your energy made it irresistible. Focus also determines what you cultivate in your life. If you're constantly focusing on distractions, negativity, or what's missing, you'll find more of the same. But if you choose to focus on your strengths, your goals, and the possibilities in front of you, you'll attract opportunities that align with that perspective. This is the essence of intentional living. It's about choosing what deserves your energy and letting go of everything that doesn't. The power of energy and focus also lies in their ability to create resilience. Life will inevitably bring challenges, setbacks, and disappointments. But when you're in control of your energy and focus, you're better equipped to navigate those moments. Instead of being consumed by frustration or fear, you can redirect your focus towards solutions, lessons, and growth. This not only helps you overcome obstacles, but also strengthens your sense of self. Mastering your energy and focus requires discipline and self-awareness. It's about becoming intentional with your thoughts and actions, noticing when your energy is being drained or misdirected, and taking steps to realign yourself. This might mean setting boundaries, practicing mindfulness, or creating routines that support your well-being. It's about recognizing that your energy is your most valuable resource and your focus is the tool that channels it effectively. When you learn to harness the power of energy and focus, you step into a different version of yourself. You become more present, more purposeful, and more powerful. You stop wasting time and energy on things that don't serve you, and you start investing in what truly matters. This not only changes your life, but also changes the way others perceive and respond to you. Your energy and focus become a beacon, attracting the right people, opportunities, and outcomes into your world. In the end, the power of energy and focus is about alignment. It's about ensuring that your thoughts, feelings, and actions are working together toward a common purpose. When you achieve this alignment, you don't just live, you thrive. And in that thriving, you inspire others to do the same. Patience and timing are two of life's greatest teachers, showing us that the best things often come not when we want them, but when we are truly ready for them. They require trust in the process, trust in your journey, and most importantly, trust in yourself. In a world driven by instant gratification, where everything seems to demand urgency, patience feels like a lost art. But it is in patience that we find strength, growth, and the alignment of opportunities that are meant for us. Patience is not passive. It's not about waiting idly for things to happen or resigning yourself to what feels like a delay. Patience is active. It's a state of readiness. It's the process of preparing yourself, cultivating your skills, building your confidence, and growing into the person who is capable of receiving what you're asking for. Patience teaches you to focus on the journey rather than obsessing over the destination. It reminds you that each step, each small moment has a purpose, even if you can't see it right away. Timing, on the other hand, is a force that operates beyond your control. It's the unseen rhythm of life that brings people, opportunities, and experiences into your path exactly when they're meant to arrive. Timing doesn't bend to impatience or pressure. It unfolds according to its own design, and often it's only in hindsight that you realize why something took as long as it did, or why it didn't happen when you wanted it to. Timing protects you from receiving what you're not ready for and ensures that when you do, it fits perfectly into the life you're meant to have. Together, patience and timing teach you the art of surrender. Surrender doesn't mean giving up, it means letting go of the need to control everything. It means trusting that while you're doing the work and showing up for yourself, the universe is aligning the right pieces of the puzzle. This trust is what allows you to wait without anxiety, to hold on to your vision without forcing it, and to let go of what's not meant for you without fear. In relationships, patience and timing are often the difference between something fleeting and something lasting. You may want someone to call, text, or show up in your life right now, but patience reminds you that rushing doesn't build depth. True connections require space to grow for both people to be in the right place emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Timing ensures that when those connections happen, they're authentic and meaningful, not rushed or premature. Patience also creates resilience. It teaches you to sit with uncertainty and trust that not knowing doesn't mean nothing is happening. It's in those moments of waiting when the results aren't immediate, when the answers aren't clear, that you grow. You learn to rely on your inner strength, to stay focused on your path, and to remain open to what's coming, even if you can't see it yet. Timing, on its part, often brings unexpected clarity. There are moments in life when everything aligns, when the phone rings just when you stop waiting for it, when an opportunity appears right after you decided to let go, when someone enters your life and it feels like they were always meant to be there. These moments of perfect timing remind you that there's a bigger plan at work, one that often delivers more than you could have imagined if you had tried to force it. Patience and timing also teach you to trust yourself. Patience allows you to listen to your intuition, to honor your feelings, and to make decisions that align with your values rather than your fears. Timing rewards the trust by showing you that what's meant for you will never pass you by. It may take longer than you expected, or it may come in a form you didn't anticipate, but it will always arrive when you're ready to receive it. These lessons aren't always easy. There will be moments of frustration, moments when you question whether it's all worth it, moments when it feels like nothing is happening. But patience reminds you that growth is happening beneath the surface, even when you can't see it. Timing assures you that everything is unfolding exactly as it should, even if it's not on your schedule. In the end, patience and timing are gifts. They teach you to slow down, to appreciate the process, and to trust that what's meant for you will come. Not a moment too soon or too late. They remind you that your life is a masterpiece in progress, and every brushstroke, every moment of waiting, every twist of timing is adding to its beauty. And when everything finally aligns, you'll look back and realize that the wait was not only worth it, but necessary for the life you were destined to create. Action is the catalyst for change, the spark that sets transformation in motion. It is the definitive force that shapes outcomes and determines how life responds to you. Every action you take sends a message to the world about who you are, what you stand for, and what you're ready to receive. In this way, action is not just about movement, it's about energy, intention, and momentum. When you act, you inspire a reaction not just from others, but from the universe itself. The principle that action inspires reaction is rooted in the idea that the energy you put out into the world is reflected back to you. If you move with purpose, confidence, and clarity, you're likely to inspire similar energy in return. On the other hand, hesitation, inaction, or acting without intention can result in responses that feel misaligned or stagnant. Action, when deliberate, signals that you are ready to engage with life, to take responsibility for your journey, and to shape your own outcomes. In relationships, this principle is especially powerful. Waiting for someone to call or text without taking any initiative often leaves you feeling stuck, as if your worth is dependent on their next move. But when you shift from waiting to acting, whether by reaching out, focusing on your growth, or engaging in something meaningful, you change the dynamic. Your action creates a ripple effect. It might inspire the other person to reciprocate, or it might shift your perspective so that their response no longer defines your sense of value. Either way, your action disrupts the cycle of passivity and reclaims your power. Action is also a powerful tool for building confidence. So when you take even a small step toward your goals or desires, you affirm your belief in your ability to create change. This self-assurance is magnetic. It draws others toward you and inspires them to act as well. People are naturally attracted to those who take initiative, who show that they are not waiting for life to happen, but are actively shaping it. This is the essence of leadership, demonstrating through action that you are willing to move forward, even when the outcome isn't guaranteed. The reactions inspired by your actions often reveal more than words ever could. They show you who is aligned with your energy, who supports your journey, and who is willing to meet you halfway. This clarity is invaluable. It helps you discern which relationships, opportunities, and paths are worth pursuing and which are not. When you act, you create a space for truth to emerge, and in that truth lies the power to make better decisions. Action is not always about grand gestures or dramatic changes. Often it's the small, consistent actions that inspire the most meaningful reactions. A kind word, a thoughtful gesture, a step toward a personal goal, all of these actions create ripples that extend far beyond what you can see. The key is to act with intention, aligning your actions with your values and the outcomes you seek. When your actions are rooted in authenticity, the reactions they inspire are more likely to align with your deepest desires. Effective communication is the cornerstone of all meaningful relationships. It builds trust, fosters understanding, and allows connections to deepen in a way that games and manipulation never can. Communication is about clarity, honesty, and willingness to share your thoughts and feelings openly. It's the bridge between two people, creating a space where they can meet as they are without pretense or fear of judgment. In contrast, playing games, whether by withholding, testing, or manipulating, erodes the bridge, replacing it with uncertainty and insecurity. At the heart of communication is the courage to be vulnerable. It requires saying what you mean and meaning what you say. This level of openness can feel risky, especially in a culture that often celebrates the thrill of the chase or the power of holding back. But games, while they may create momentary intrigue, are inherently shallow. They're built on tactics designed to gain control rather than foster connection. Over time, they lead to frustration, misunderstanding, and a lack of genuine intimacy. Communication, on the other hand, invites clarity. It eliminates the guesswork that games perpetuate. When you communicate honestly, you create a foundation of trust that allows relationships to flourish. You don't have to wonder what the other person is thinking or feeling because they've told you. Likewise, they don't have to guess about your intentions because you've been transparent. This clarity is liberating. It frees you from the mental gymnastics of trying to decode mixed signals or interpret silence, allowing you to focus on what truly matters, the connection itself. Games often stem from fear of rejection, fear of being too vulnerable, or fear of losing control. They're a defense mechanism, a way to protect yourself from potential pain by keeping others at arm's length. But this strategy is self-defeating. While it might temporarily shield you from discomfort, it also prevents you from experiencing the depth and authenticity that only honest communication can bring. Communication, by contrast, requires stepping into that fear and choosing connection over control. It's about prioritizing understanding over winning and mutual respect over ego. Healthy communication also sets the tone for how you want to be treated. When you communicate openly and authentically, you model the behavior you expect in return. You establish boundaries, express your needs, and create a safe space for others to do the same. This mutual exchange builds respect and strengthens the bond between you. Games, however, send mixed messages. They create confusion and erode trust because the rules are often unspoken and constantly shifting. This inconsistency undermines the stability that every meaningful relationship needs to thrive. Choosing communication over games also fosters emotional maturity. It requires self-awareness, empathy, and a willingness to listen as much as you speak. Communication isn't just about expressing your own needs, it's about understanding the needs of others. It's about recognizing that relationships are not a competition but a partnership. Games, on the other hand, are rooted in self-interest. They prioritize winning over understanding, control over connection, and ego over empathy. This mindset not only damages relationships but also stunts personal growth. The beauty of communication is that it invites resolution. Disagreements, misunderstandings, and conflicts are inevitable in any relationship, but how you handle them determines the outcome. Games escalate tension by avoiding the real issues, often creating more problems than they solve. Communication addresses them head-on. It provides a platform for discussing concerns, clarifying intentions, and finding solutions together. It transforms potential sources of division into opportunities for growth and connection. Choosing communication doesn't mean abandoning mystery or excitement in relationships, doesn't mean laying everything bare all at once. Healthy communication respects timing and pacing, allowing the relationship to unfold naturally. The difference is that it does so without manipulation or deceit. The excitement comes not from guessing someone's intentions, but from discovering who they truly are and allowing them to see the same in you. When you prioritize communication over games, you create relationships built on authenticity, respect, and mutual understanding. You save time and energy by being direct rather than strategizing, and you cultivate a deeper sense of connection by being real. This doesn't mean communication is always easy. It requires effort, patience, and sometimes difficult conversations. But the rewards, trust, intimacy, and true connection are worth every bit of the work. Ultimately, communication is an act of love, not just for others, but for yourself. It's a declaration that you value honesty and respect over manipulation and control. It's a commitment to showing up fully and authentically, knowing that the relationships you build through open communication are far more fulfilling and enduring than any gain through games. Owning your journey means taking full responsibility for your life, your choices, your actions, and your growth. It's about understanding that while external circumstances and other people may influence your path, ultimately you are the one steering the ship. This mindset is empowering because it shifts you from being a passive participant in your story to being its author. When you own your journey, you claim your agency and embrace the truth that your life is shaped not by chance, but by your commitment to living with intention. Taking ownership begins with self-awareness. To own your journey, you must first know yourself, your values, your desires, your strengths, and even your fears. This self-awareness allows you to set goals that align with your authentic self rather than chasing what others expect or what society deems successful. It means recognizing that your path doesn't have to look like anyone else's, and that's perfectly okay. Your journey is uniquely yours, and comparing it to others only distracts you from the work of creating a life that feels meaningful to you. Owning your journey also means taking responsibility for your choices. It's easy to blame circumstances, other people, or bad luck when things don't go as planned. But when you own your journey, you acknowledge that while you can't control everything, you always have control over how you respond. This perspective is liberating because it places the power back in your hands. Instead of feeling like a victim of circumstances, you become a creator of opportunities. Accountability is a key component of owning your journey. It means acknowledging not only your successes, but also your mistakes. Everyone stumbles and setbacks are inevitable, but how you handle them defines your character. Owning your missteps isn't about dwelling on failure, it's about learning from it. When you take responsibility for your mistakes, you gain the insight needed to grow and make better decisions in the future. This honesty with yourself builds resilience and ensures that your journey remains forward moving, even when faced with obstacles. Owning your journey also involves embracing the process of growth. Growth is rarely linear, it's messy, unpredictable, and often uncomfortable. But when you commit to owning your journey, you accept these challenges as essential parts of the process. You understand that every experience, whether a triumph or a trial, is shaping you into the person you're meant to become. Instead of resisting change or avoiding discomfort, you lean into it, trusting that it's all part of your evolution. A critical aspect of owning your journey is releasing the need for external validation. When you take ownership, you stop looking to others for permission to pursue your dreams or define your worth. You understand that true fulfillment comes from living a life that aligns with your values and aspirations, not from meeting someone else's expectations. This shift is freeing because it allows you to focus on what truly matters to you rather than wasting energy trying to please everyone else. Owning your journey doesn't mean doing it all alone. It's about recognizing that while the responsibility is yours, support is a valuable part of the process. Seeking guidance, asking for help, and surrounding yourself with people who uplift you are acts of strength, not weakness. The key is to choose support that empowers you rather than enabling dependency. When you own your journey, you accept help as a tool for growth, not a crutch that diminishes your autonomy. Another dimension of owning your journey is gratitude. It's about appreciating where you are, even if it's not exactly where you want to be. Gratitude allows you to find value in the present moment while still striving for what lies ahead. It shifts your focus from what's lacking to what's abundant, creating a mindset of possibility and positivity. This perspective is transformative because it helps you see challenges as opportunities and setbacks as stepping stones. Owning your journey also means defining success on your terms. Society often dictates narrow definitions of achievement. But when you take ownership, you realize that success is deeply personal. It might mean career advancement for one person, while for another it's about cultivating meaningful relationships or achieving inner peace. By defining success for yourself, you create a life that feels fulfilling rather than one that looks impressive to others. Finally, owning your journey means celebrating your progress. It's easy to focus solely on the destination, but when you take ownership, you learn to value the steps along the way. Every milestone, no matter how small, is a testament to your effort, resilience, and commitment to growth. Celebrating these moments isn't just about acknowledging how far you've come, it's about fueling your motivation to keep going. When you own your journey, you claim your power. You accept that life isn't always fair, easy, or predictable, but you meet it with courage, determination, and authenticity. You stop waiting for circumstances to change or for others to give you permission, and you start creating the life you want. Owning your journey is a declaration that you are responsible for your happiness, your growth, and your success, and that you're willing to do the work to make them a reality. In the end, everything comes down to the choices you make and the energy you bring into your life. It's about stepping into your power, owning your journey, and embracing every challenge as an opportunity to grow. It's about understanding that patience, timing, and deliberate action are not weaknesses but strengths, tools to help you create a life that aligns with your deepest values. It's about communicating with honesty and integrity, rejecting games and manipulation in favor of building real connections rooted in trust and respect. True transformation begins with you, how you see yourself, how you show up in the world, and how you respond to life's uncertainties. By focusing on self-worth, cultivating inner strength, and directing your energy and focus with intention, you become a force that inspires and attracts what's meant for you. You don't chase validation or wait for someone else to define your value because you already know who you are and what you bring to the table. Life will always test your patience and your resolve, but the lessons you've embraced, confidence, action, communication, and ownership prepare you to meet those tests with grace. You are the creator of your story, the architect of your path, and the author of your destiny. No one else can walk this journey for you, and no one else can take away what's meant for you. So step boldly into the life you're building. Trust the timing, embrace the process, and never underestimate the power of your actions and your authenticity. When you live with intention, with clarity, and with courage, you'll find that the people, opportunities, and experiences you seek will meet you exactly where you are. The journey is yours, own it completely, and let the world rise to meet your energy.